How you doing, guys? Back again with another video, and in this one I'm going to be telling you why I'm not going to be upgrading and getting the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I'm going to be getting or have got the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II instead. So first of all, this is coming from a filmmaker, or shall we just say someone who likes to make YouTube videos with the smartphone. Now, the iPhone 12 Pro Max, although it is a great device, and if we was putting it head to head with the Sony as an overall phone complete package, yes, the iPhone would come on top for the average consumer. But I'm not the average consumer. I'm somebody that wants a smartphone that I can create amazing looking content on and upload it to the internet for you guys to watch. Now, for me personally, the way my workflow is adapted to this phone and the way that this phone records, the way that the image quality that just comes out of it is just amazing. And although there are many videos on the internet out there with people uploading videos with the iPhone 12 Pro Max and it looks amazing, I am not going to deny that. For me personally, the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II has it just looks so good. I mean, just look at this shot now, me talking to the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, and I think this is looking like a pretty good shot. Now, when it comes to creating content, I'm looking at this as somebody who wants a smartphone that they can create films, that they can create YouTube content, and it's gonna look great. Now, this phone, the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, has got a lot of features and a dedicated app called Cinema Pro that's built into the phone itself that allows you to create cinematic footage just using your smartphone. Exactly what it says on the box. It's a Cinema Pro app, and it is extremely pro. Now, there are a few features in the Cinema Pro app that aren't there yet, and I'm hoping Sony on a newer release will add these into the Cinema Pro app. That is, i.e. false color and focus peaking. But overall, the app itself is absolutely spot on. It's amazing how intuitive it is, how responsive it is, how it captures the footage, how everything is laid out is just, it's just a dream. You know, using a smartphone for creating content can be extremely frustrating. It can take a lot of time, it takes a lot of practice in order to be able to get footage to look good. With the Sony app, I believe anybody would be able to pick this up, open this app, and with a tiny bit of knowledge be able to create and get good looking footage. Now, when it comes to shooting footage on an iPhone or the iPhone 12 Pro Max, what I've found with iPhones is they get extremely noisy, extremely quick. I also find that they're very contrasty, and again, you can use something like Filmic Pro with their log profile to get a little bit more dynamic range, shooting a little bit more of a flatter profile, but that's just complicating the whole process of creating content with your phone even more than it should be, or needs to be, shall we say. Now, with the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, their Cinema Pro app has got everything that you're going to need into it to shoot 4K 24, 4K 25, 4K 60, and on their Xperia 5 Mark II, which I've currently got as well, I will be doing a video on this, is 4K at 120 frames per second. And I only got the phone yesterday. I've shot a few clips in 4K 120 FPS, and it is definitely way crisper than what you would find on the iPhone. And with the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, you can shoot at 2K 120 frames per second, and that does look better than the iPhone footage at 1080p 120 frames per second. So here's the next thing I hear you ask. Yes, with the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, you can shoot in 10-bit color, which is, for grading your footage, absolutely amazing, and it does look so great. The 10-bit on this phone is amazing. Now, the iPhone 12 Pro Max has just come out with Dolby Vision, so it should be shooting in 10-bit HDR, and that's great. My friend's got that phone, so Chris, I'm going to be borrowing your iPhone 12 Pro Max to test out this 10-bit video recording to see how it stacks up against the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II. So if you guys would like to see that video, let me know in the comment section down below. Next up is the fact that the Xperia 1 Mark II still has a headphone jack. Yes, you heard it, a headphone jack. In 2020, a phone that still has got a headphone jack is absolutely unheard of. But this is great for smartphone enthusiasts that really want to create content. The fact that I'm shooting this video, I've got the Rode Wireless Go plugged into the headphone jack, I've got an external monitor coming out of the USB-C port, and I've got everything that I need to connect to this phone to create content, to shoot videos, and upload it for you guys directly onto the phone. Now, if I was using an iPhone and I had to put an external monitor on it, I'd either have to choose between using the monitor or getting audio into the phone. So again, the Xperia 1 Mark II wins there. And last but not least is the actual cameras of this device, the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II. The cameras on this device are absolutely amazing, and this is the first phone I've used for creating content where I can actually utilize and use all three lenses. The ultra wide, the wide, and the tele on the Xperia 1 Mark II are just phenomenal, and the footage that you can get out of them looks amazing. Using my iPhone 11 Pro Max, the telephoto lens on it, the ultra wide lens on it are trash. You're stuck with the main camera, and then you have to use external lenses to be able to get that telephoto or wide angle field of view. But with the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, I can utilize all three of those lenses, and they look very, very similar to each other. There's no massive variations in the white balance, the color, the overall sharpness. They're all very, very uniform lenses, and they all look great. So at the end of the day, if you're somebody that's looking to specifically create content using a smartphone, the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II is a device that cannot be overlooked. Yes, as a full package, the iPhone 12 Pro Max is going to be the more consumer-friendly product, but at the end of the day, I'm not your average consumer. I'm somebody that wants to create good-looking content just using a smartphone, and the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II ticks all of the boxes for me. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, or you'd like me to cover some more content regarding this device, let me know in the comment section down below. As always, guys, you know it's always a pleasure having you here watching on the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.